Bosnia is probably in the blue.
Murph and Andy, and happy Bobby Bonilla Day to all who celebrate. It is today, Andy. Bonilla, 63 years old today. He gets $1.9 million from the Mets, deposited right into the bank account. This started in 2011 and goes 9 more years to 2035. $1.9 million every year.
1.19.
1.19? I thought it was 1.9.
1.193248 and 20 cents.
Okay, well that does not seem like that big a deal then. 1.9 I was in for, but I don't even know if I'd bother to cash the 1.19 check.
What do you think he's been, how do you think he handles that? I mean, he obviously he doesn't work anymore, and this is his
it's just
income. I don't know. Does he treat this as like found money every year? Is this what he lives on, and everything else is found money, or what? I mean, it would be just kind of fun to I would like to go to his house and see a bunch of checks, uncashed checks sitting on his desk or something from the past 4 or 5 years. He hasn't got around to depositing them yet.
Like Fletch. $10,000 check here.
Yeah.
Take it.
But
I don't know.
And
salaries have changed so much. This probably isn't even that outlandish as a payment plan, but it's just that most of us can't imagine ever making that much in 1 year, like at our peak income year. And he's retired, and this just comes in as a way of getting his salary off the books a long time ago. And it's how many years? It's
he's got another 10 years to go on this thing.
Yeah, he's 24 years. He's got more than $1 million on his birthday, and now he's 63. This is just awesome for him.
Yeah, I wonder what the Mets think of this. Is this something they?
I don't know.
Are they feeling good about this?
Well, I think a big part of this was the Bernie Madoff scheme. Like, they put a bunch of money into there, and the returns from that were supposed to be a part of this. It was like, well, we're going to be making so much money in these years because of this.
The dividends or something.
The 1.2 million isn't going to be a big deal, and then they lost all that money because it was all a scam.
I mean, it makes them look
Bernie
bad. That's
Madoff?
for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole on this a few years ago, and it's fun.
Every rich person in New York that was connected to him.
This is a good 90-minute documentary right here. Just Bobby Bonilla Day and the money. Like what he does, how this came about. AD just said Bernie Madoff's involved. I mean, I would be interested. Good for him.
I mean, because I imagine at one point it took some convincing, to get him on board with this, because, he may die, I mean, he may not be around to see this. He may have wanted the money up front, and somehow they got him to defer this much money. I don't know. I wonder who felt like they were making off better at first, and how they all feel now.
It's fascinating, and we get 9 more years of it. Hard as that is to believe. All right, let's get to Murph and Andy here on Wednesday.
The biggest party of the year is here. Zach Brown Band Love and Fear Tour, presented by Margaritaville at Sea. Friday, November 20th, KC Center. Zach Brown Band with special guest Grace Potter. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBrownBand.com.
And a little bit of chicken fried.
Don't miss Zach Brown Band, Love and Fear, live.
Lost a few pounds.
The Murph and Andy Show is brought to you in part by Ramsey Subaru, home of the toughest, most reliable cars in the world and the people who back them up, on Hickman Road in Urbandale.
Murph and Andy, talking sports and more, exclusively on Iowa Everywhere. From the Channel Seed Studios, here are Keith Murphy and Andy Sales.
We welcome you on a Wednesday. Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more today. Coming up, USA Knockout Day in prime time. McCarthy catches a stray, and movie fireworks fun with Mr. Movie. That is part of the more back end of the program coming up. And it is Walleye Wednesday. We remind you over at Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines. We should point out they do have air conditioning there. So you don't have to sit outside.
We showed you the patio. Yeah, they have plenty of seats inside too.
This would be a rough time to be in Europe because most of those places do not have air conditioning. All right now let's catch the buzz.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Logier Heating and Cooling, bringing comfort home, and boy, that is welcome this week because the heat wave continues, and Logier Heating and Cooling has been doing it well for more than 120 years. So pre-air conditioning, that's a good run. USA versus Bosnia Herzegovina.
Herzegovina, yeah.
Herzegovina.
Herzegovina, yeah.
Herzegovina.
Mm-hmm.
Herzegovina. Do you think Herzegovina feels like Farrar?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, why is Bosnia get all the Bondurant attention? We're Herzegovina. We feel like Farrar. We feel like John Oates.
Yeah, because I think I was Google searching today, and I think one of the top Google searches right now is where is Herzegovina? Makes you feel like, well, I know Bosnia, but I don't know the other part. Doesn't seem like they get as much credit either.
No,
it's not around here.
Way. But we are at the knockout stage here tonight, and it's been a rousing start to the knockout stage here. Most of the games, 75% of all World Cup games this year played on United States soil. The U.S. won the group and then rested 9 starters in an inconsequential game, but still left many of, I couldn't help it. I still felt disappointed the U.S. didn't win that. I understood there were no stakes. I knew they had already won the group. I knew it made all the sense in the world to rest 9 out of 11 starters, so you're nowhere near at your best. Imagine doing this on an NFL team. I mean, you're not going to win that game. And then they lost it on the last play of the game. That was still disappointing, but it did not matter at all. So now they go into Santa Clara where the 49ers play. The game is tonight in prime time, 7 p.m., and I think will be the most watched soccer game in the history of the United States. And win, and it's into the 16, it's into the quarterfinals. So, and the pressure, by the way, is on the United States. Totally. It is not on Bosnia Herzegovina.
Yeah, they're playing with found money. They're happy to be this far. I don't think they've done very well against the United States in the past. I think they're just happy to be here. And you know, we'll get to more of this and more, but there are a lot of Bosnians here in the Midwest. A lot of them here in the Des Moines area. We had neighbors at our old house from Bosnia. They're just wonderful people. Absolutely love soccer. And they all love being here in the United States too. So I think they feel like, they're very proud of their country. And I'm sure in their heart, they're rooting for Bosnia. But if they don't win, they're fine. They're just loving the fact that, yeah, there's, basically
win-win kind of.
It's a win-win situation. And many of them have traveled to some of these World Cup games. I've seen a lot of pictures on Facebook at these games in various places down in Miami. And they are loving this. And, it is really fun hosting the World Cup. Well, for all 3 countries. Yeah, Mexico and Canada too. I mean, they're still alive.
Yeah.
How much fun is that hosting the World Cup when you are, in it this deep in the tournament, which, for us, this is deep in the tournament.
It does seem like the home field, home pitch advantage really matters too.
It certainly matters to like the fun of it all, right? All the watch parties and the social media. I mean, social media is, God, it's such a difference maker. I mean, it makes it seem like the last time we hosted this, like, what was it, 94? Seemed like that was like in 1924 or something. It seems so long ago, and the pictures you see of it are all these, 4x3 video photos and stuff, and there's no social media.
There's like one class of soccer in high school soccer, very little coverage, if at all, of high school soccer here in Iowa.
Yeah, things have changed a lot.
They've changed a lot. They sure have. I wanted to ask you, speaking of just the way the international tourists have come down here and embrace some of the quirkier stuff, the big box scores, the ice and cups, the free refills, the ranch dressing, the Texas barbecue, just all of this stuff. But one of the big ones is Buc-ee's. So when I was in North Carolina this past weekend, there was a lot of talk. People were talking about Buc-ee's and how fascinated people were. And I've never been to a Buc-ee's. I mean, I've been to the world's largest truck stop, and we always stop there if we're passing that. And I didn't realize how much bigger Buc-ee's is than the world's largest truck stop. So they were telling me there's one that has 120 gas pumps, which I can't even process how you could do the volume to make that worth it. But they were explaining it to me. And then, Andy, I want to ask you, because they told me the nearest Buc-ee's to Iowa is in Missouri. So
yeah, right on I-70.
Because they're mostly all in the South. So have you been to that?
Yeah, I have. I think there's several in Missouri.
We're going to road trip to it.
I went to one for the first time a couple of years ago when we did our Route 66 trip. So we would have been on Interstate 44 and somewhere outside of St. Louis. And my friend Scott was kind of telling me about it, and I had not been to one before. I had heard about it. And yeah, it's just an absolutely gigantic gas station with, a restaurant inside. I mean, it looks like a grocery store with, a lot of
huge
Hy-Vees have gas stations out front, but I mean, it's just enormous. I mean, it's so big, and they've got a full line of clothing. I need to go back. I don't quite get the fascination or what's really unique about it other than the fact it's just so big.
That's probably it. And it has everything inside, from clothes to food.
Which gas stations already had, right? I mean, we've already got gas stations that have this. Is just on a much bigger scale. I think they execute it really well. I think it's really clean and convenient, and they've got neat features and stuff. But I mean, people get married at Buc-ee's. I mean, they literally do.
I believe you.
They
I just
love
don't think you
Buc-ee's.
should.
I know it seems like
Where'd
a funny
you
thing
meet?
to celebrate.
Buc-ee's gas pump.
Yeah, she was pumping unleaded. I was on a diesel, and our eyes met.
So I'll give you a pump. And the sparks flew. Let's get back to the World Cup and out of Buc-ee's for a moment here. So Andy mentioned that the pressure being clearly on the USA. I think they'll respond to that. But the furthest we've ever gone in the tournament is the semifinals in 1930. But there were 13 teams in the World Cup. There are 48 this year. There were 13 teams. We did go to the quarterfinals in 2002. And to your point, Andy, of how it seems like a long time ago. I mean, first of all, it was 24 years ago. 2002 sounds like it's not that long ago, but it's 24 years ago. We went to the quarterfinals. So to win tonight is not unprecedented, but in the quarterfinals last time in 2002, it felt like, well, that's going to be where it ends, which is probably how it would feel if you knew you won this and then you got France, because France just looks incredible.
Steamrolling people.
Like a dream team. But here the winner would likely get Belgium, which would be a winnable game for the United States. So the semifinals would not be out of question. But back to France here for a second. Mbappe, who has not gotten the hype of Messi, but he now has 6 goals in this tournament, and he has 18 World Cup goals for his career. That's one behind Messi, who has the most ever. And this guy, I don't know his age, but I think he's late 20s, isn't he? He's much younger than Messi. Do you know how old he is?
I don't know how old he is exactly, but I know he's younger than Messi. He is
he's 27.
He's 27.
Yeah.
He's going to, barring injuries, he's going to
blow that away.
Shatter this career goals record.
Yeah, and I mean they got a ways to go in this tournament yet, so he could have some records here real soon. But I don't know. I mean, that whole team is it doesn't look like they've hit a speed bump yet.
Yeah, they got that dream team feeling to them out there. They're just like,
and all those countries should, like Germany's done. They're out.
Yeah. England was down 1-0 here to who is it? Congo in the first half when I came in here. That would be devastating to the people of England if they don't win that game. They still
they're up 2-1 right now. Yeah,
England is up 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
is that a final? It looks like a final.
Wouldn't they play Mexico? That would be something. Back to the superstars of this tournament, which have made it a bigger deal. So the guy that was staying at our hotel with his team, Norway, one of Andy's teams, Norway, backup teams, Erling Haaland, he scored the winning goal yesterday. And this guy's having a blast in Dallas, Texas, where Norway is now. And then the scene in Mexico after last night's end of the so-called 40-year curse. Mexico is through to the 16 for the first time in 40 years. Look at this. I mean, this makes the New York Knicks parade look like the Urbandale parade. I mean, look at this.
Nuts. Yeah, right. And those are Mexican fireworks too, man. Those are the good ones.
Sorry, AD, was that too much? Was that too aggressive?
The Urbandale parade's great.
Yeah, pick somebody else's parade.
It is. You can watch it on the WHO 13 app, I understand.
Yeah, look at that scene there. That's just a sea of people. Yeah, that's
is not
City,
AI.
Yeah.
That is not fake.
That's such a gigantic city. I can't even imagine. They probably didn't sleep all night. And it's still early in the tournament. It just that's what you got to love about the World Cup. Just seeing these kinds of scenes. I mean, how fun would that be to somehow be a part of it? Maybe it'd be dangerous. I don't know, but I mean, just look. Just the idea these countries are so into this, and they pull these teams together, and then there's just all the pageantry, and they just all represent. They all travel together. I love it. It's so cool.
I think the breakthrough here for many people is with it being at a whole different level, and the United States having a really talented team, a team capable of competing with these European teams. I think the breakthrough here is it's like, okay, I get it. I get that this is far and away the biggest sporting event in the world. And you know what would make it really fun being in the United States? Winning, being good, having a chance. I mean, you want to be a part of this. I mean, these celebrations are making SEC football passion look tame. I mean, this is just really cool. And for the most part, it doesn't seem like there's really been negatives. Like, there hadn't been rioting or a bunch of arrests or violent crimes or anything. It seems like people are just having fun. I'm sure there are some exceptions, but for the most part, it's gone so well so far. Knock on, that's wood. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's looked fantastic. All the sites are like every single site has its own flavor, but they're all full. They're all, electric. They all look great on camera. They're all a little different, different look. I mean, these are a lot of different looks just in the United States. And of course you have Canada and Mexico also in it. But I mean, it really, I think this has been put on really well. And let's not forget, I mean, it was just a few weeks ago that there were a lot of people going, where's the interest in the World Cup? It's like
I think I was one of them. So where's the buzz?
All the stories were about how expensive it was. I mean, they were really getting knocked on, the price gouging, the accommodations these cities and stadiums would have to make for FIFA and for the games, bending over backwards, and then the cities, worried about all their infrastructure holding up, and then these fans who don't tip coming into town and flooding all the restaurants. I mean, we were really kind of hesitant about this, apprehensive going in, and I haven't heard a peep since it actually started. It seems like it's been gangbusters.
And it's been fun to be a part of and continues to be so. In a big game tonight, there's a street party on Court Avenue. We've been to a couple of them. I'll be working tonight, so won't be going to that, but I'm sure it'll be packed. And we have a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale. And by the way, Andy, I just wanted to mention, you can keep the poll up there, AD, but got a note from our friend Russell at Fridley Theaters, and he said that he had started doing business with, as a client with WCI Pools and Spas, and just wrote this wonderful letter about how these are some of the nicest people and one of the best run businesses he's ever seen. And Russell, that he was saying, I wouldn't have known about them except through the show, and they've been outstanding. And, that's where we bought our spa, any question we've needed to have answered, a service we've needed. So he was just sending like this testimonial of thank you for getting WCI Pools and Spas in my life.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Like to hear awesome. That. Yeah. Chad Higgins is a really, really, really good dude.
And they've brought us our second poll for what, 17 years?
It's been a long time.
They are our longest running sponsor. They are.
Yeah, he mentioned how awesome Chad is. So
yeah,
but to the poll, AD.
Will Team USA still be playing in the World Cup after tonight? Yes or no?
Just the gravity of the question shows you how much pressure there is tonight, because you forget, this is like the NCAA tournament. You lose, boom, you're out. But yes, I think they're going to win tonight, and I think the United States will win by a couple goals.
I think they'll win too. I mean, a lot of these games are squeakers. I mean,
I know.
Erling Haaland almost missed that goal, that wide open goal. I mean, he mishit it. Did you see how he kicked that ball? He just touched it. It's a game of inches as much as anything else, maybe more than anything else. So it's not going to shock me if this doesn't happen, but we should win this game.
AD,
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. By the way, AD, how hard is it not to just go ahead to the high or low, since you know what's happening, and yes. Andy doesn't, and are especially, you want to be a viewer today.
Yes,
get in front of YouTube.
Yeah, and more also. You want to be watching this show. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's easy. Just if you're on, you can always go to iowaeverywhere.com and find everything and just select your show. But if you don't do that, you can go to Facebook, just start watching there, my page or Andy's page or Iowa Everywhere's page. But yeah, there's some good visuals coming up here. Let's move along to Brendan Sorsby. He finally figures it out. This is a guy that's gotten some bad advice, and just having bad advice does not absolve him of responsibility. He's a grown man. He's an adult. Mm-hmm. At some point, he needed to feel like, you know what? I don't feel like I'm taking responsibility. I don't feel like there are consequences for my egregious gambling actions, which I knew over several years were wrong, and I was breaking laws. So I could, his parents could help him with that, or somebody.
He gave himself some bad advice.
Yeah, he gave himself some bad advice too. So I don't mean to remove him from that, but he finally says he will not be playing. He will not pursue the NFL this year. They're not going to. He's not going to play in the NFL this year. He's not going to pursue the NFL this year. He's not going to sue the NFL this year. He is just going to accept the consequences, take responsibility for his actions, work on improving himself and his game, and get ready for the 2027 draft. If he had done this 2 months ago, it would have saved himself and Texas Tech and that ridiculous judge a lot of embarrassment.
A lot of face. Yep.
Lot of face. Because the thing that happened here that can't be undone now, and we talk about this all the time, and longtime listeners, viewers know this about us. This is what the bubble can do to you when you are surrounded by like-thinking people, in some cases bootlickers, that are just telling you and nodding and
people that work for you and want your money in this case. Yeah.
Yep. People that work for you, people that feel like they need to agree with your opinion. I mean, I firmly believe that everybody from Sorsby to the Texas Tech leadership to all their fans looked from within. They're inside the bubble and they're looking out at all of us, and they had no idea how badly this was going to play. Like, they really thought people were going to nod and go, "Well, yeah, no, that makes sense. They're just looking out for him. They have his best interest at heart. Of this is what should happen." And man, it's one of the all-time PR backfires.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still a little surprised it went down this way, right? I mean, we've seen these kind of things be absolved right and left these days. I mean, these guys get second, third, fourth chances if they're a great athlete. I mean, you get used to having people bend the rules for you, or let you bend the rules, then look at the other way, or make an exception. If you can make them a bunch of money, their standards come crashing down. So I think a lot of people were cynical about this. I think went in feeling like we knew what should have happened, but weren't necessarily certain what would. I want to be proud of the process here. I want to say this gives me more faith in the systems. I don't know that it necessarily does. I still think if he was a better athlete, a better quarterback, more established college quarterback than he was, maybe this would have been different. But
that's cynical, but I understand why.
But you got the receipts, right? I mean, you've seen it happen before. We make exceptions for these guys all the time because they're great athletes. They can make a lot of money. They have a fan base, right? That's backing them up. In this case, what has happened since the college ruling has really gone like according to the ultimate plan that I think, the ultimate wish that we all laid out for him, that that the NFL would follow suit, and that he would, acknowledge and just throw up his hands and say, okay, I'm not going to try to sue. I'm not going to try to go forward here. I'm going to use this year to get myself together and then come back in 2027. That's what we said that we thought he should do. Mm-hmm. And now he's doing it. So, for however he got to that conclusion, I don't think it really matters at this point. He's reached the conclusion that we all kind of wanted for him, and now we just kind of got to step back and let him try to do it, and we'll see in 2027.
Yeah, and we don't know that he's sincere. We don't know that he's learned some lesson. He's going to have to prove it through his actions. And I think the macro here is probably what changed some of the reaction versus the micro. Like, one person assaults somebody or drives 130 miles an hour or does something really stupid. Yeah, it hurts that player's image, but it doesn't put the whole league in jeopardy with integrity questions. And when you have a guy that's gambled as much as Sorsby has, including on his own team, when he throws an interception that looks bad, and remember Brock Purdy falling to his back one time, just threw the ball straight up into the air, and it was returned for a touchdown. It, to this day, remains maybe the worst interception I've ever seen in a football game. Imagine Sorsby doing something like that after all this. You immediately are like, well, gosh, he's got to sell it better than that. He's obviously... So he has to really convince people that is behind him. And from what I know about any addiction, that is never easy. I mean, I do think there's a chance he's truly addicted to gambling. I mean, he was betting on some crazy stuff and repeatedly and using other people's phones and numbers and opening accounts over state lines and involving his family. I mean, he just kept gambling. And he knew not to when he was signing paperwork that said he knew not to. And he did it at 3 different schools. Mm-hmm. So he may legit be a gambling addict.
Yeah, and we know that stardom and professional sports are really bad places for people with addicted personalities. And maybe he's got, more issues than just gambling, but who knows? I mean, you know that this kind of stuff has failed many a college star or pro star. I mean, they get into the point where they're making a ton of money and they're only surrounded by their own people. And, they have all these temptations, all these people trying to sell them stuff. Gambling's not going anywhere. It's going to be there waiting for him when he gets to the other side here in 2027, as will a bunch of other vices that anybody with an addictive personality could have a lot of trouble with. So, he's to be continued. I'm just kind of glad that right now he's just putting it on ice, working through things, and hopefully he's got some people giving him good advice around him.
Yeah. And this is better for Texas Tech too. The next discussion here, I will tell you, I hesitate to. I think many of us, not all of us, I think many of us are exhausted by the WNBA discourse, social media noise, nonstop responsibility, or polar opinions, distortion
hot takes
of
on
actual
podcasts,
facts,
yeah,
hot takes, media members calling each other out. So let's move through this fairly quickly, but it did reach another level of ridiculous and exhausting here, just even in the past 24 hours. So Alyssa Thomas, who was suspended a game for a fist to Caitlin Clark's throat and a knee to the groin, finally speaks, but I wouldn't call it apologetic.
I think it's not even about the suspension. If that's what they felt was necessary in that moment, then so be it. But I think there's a lot of other plays that you can say the same about. I think the biggest thing is it's just about our safety. We're so concerned about the safety on the court, but time and time again we're having people threatening our lives, leaking addresses out there, putting crazy pictures that have nothing to do with basketball. So at some point the league needs to put a stand on it. They came out with no hate speech, but I mean, what is that going to do? At some point, time and time again, players are going through this and the league remains silent. So I'm sick and tired of it, and it's time for them to step up and have our backs in these instances.
All right, well, there's several things there. One is Thomas almost sounds like she's the victim in this. But of course, if players are being doxxed and receiving hateful messages or hearing vulgar terms or racist things, that's terrible, and that does need to be followed up on and addressed. But even this, she calls out the Commissioner Engelbert for doing nothing and not hearing from her. And then later there's reporting that Engelbert says she has reached out to Thomas since this incident happened. So the two of them don't even agree on that story. So that's not good. And then, Andy, we all agree about players' lives should not be threatened. You shouldn't have to deal with any of that ridiculous crap that's the extreme. But we also need to remember here, the one person we're not hearing anything from, Caitlin Clark, to my knowledge, she's the only one that, so far at least, that's had a stalker that was actually in court and found guilty. And, she hasn't ever talked about that or tried to get sympathy for it in any way, shape, or form. But she's dealt with this nonsense as much or more than anyone, that there are just some real weirdos out there. And, she's had to have security assigned to her going back to her Iowa days because of stuff like this.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the WNBA is supposed to do here. I mean, they're on the record as saying that they,
condemn
all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're on the record. Maybe they have to go on the record every single time. I mean, it seems like it's, pretty much just a rubber stamp at that point, and it doesn't really mean anything. The problem is social media, as it is with so many other issues. I mean, these people have access to these players and can, message these players, and then the players read it, right? I mean, it's a two-way street. People send it to them, and then they look at it, and then they, I'm sure some of the stuff that's been sent to her is deplorable. Now, I mean, some of this comes with the territory. I'm not saying she deserves it, but this is the environment that they're living and playing and working in right now. And if it's too much, then, you need to get out. You certainly need to get off social media, because I don't know what the league can do to stop that. I mean, the league can't reach out to these individual people and make them stop. They can't do that. I mean, it doesn't matter what Kathy Engelbert says about this. If she comes out too early, she hears it from one side. If she comes out too late, she hears it from the other. And I mean, the problem is we have the general public now has a microphone. It's almost never a good idea because the general public includes a bunch of nutcases, right? I mean, we all know them, and they're empowered by this kind of access, and they don't have to give up their identity. You know, they can do it on X, and be completely anonymous.
We know people that do that.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
and social media is part of the problem here too, because Alyssa Thomas was involved in something a couple of years ago when she played for the Connecticut Sun, of saying that there were a bunch of racist things being said in the crowd by Fever fans, and there were monkey sounds being made and all this. An investigation was launched into that, and none of it was found to be true. But the Sun players had seen Sun fans on social media saying that that's what the Fever fans were doing, and you can understand where they might believe that. We've seen this happen in other cases too. Many times something has happened. Many times it hasn't. But now that we're in this social media world, people can make the players think that something happened that might not have actually happened, because a lot of these people on social media are just there to watch the world burn. Like, they get a kick out of seeing you get upset. They feel like the puppet master.
Yeah, and I don't look. I mean, we're on the record, we and everybody else, criticizing Kathy Engelbert for the way that she's handled everything in the WNBA. It seems like. I mean, has she done anything well at this point? I mean, I don't understand how she's still in that job or why she wants.
I didn't think she would be.
I mean, I
thought she'd be out.
And I don't know what the ideal person in that job would do, but you know, they can't respond to everything. They can't respond to everything. They'd never do anything else. This is also part of the growing pain. This is one of the growing pains for this league in this day and age, where, you know, this many people are suddenly aware of the WNBA, suddenly have an opinion about the WNBA, and the WNBA has not dealt with that before. So, I mean, everybody's learning here. I mean, from fans who are learning about the league to the league who's learning about the fans. This is really clunky right now.
And I don't think it's going away anytime soon, Andy. I mean, do you think there's a world where, like, Caitlin, who is not the best player at this point, but certainly by far the most important figure to the success of the WNBA, this all seems joyless to me. Like, I can't imagine that she's having fun. She wants to play basketball, and she hasn't always handled everything on the court real well. So we've mentioned that she always has let her emotions get the best of her, but she's handled it really well off the court, and she'll be the one that finally has to answer this at her first media availability. They're going to ask her about Alyssa Thomas's comments, and she's going to have to address something when, in this case, she's on the receiving end of this fist and knee, and she'll have to answer to it, and she'll handle it, and I'm sure do a good job with that. But this doesn't look fun. Like, I wonder if she could reach a point where she and her family and everyone else are like, this is, let's do something else. This sucks.
Well, I don't think she wants to admit that it beat her, right? She didn't want to do that.
She wouldn't want to know. She's a competitor.
And I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, 75% of the reason that she's handled things well is because she hasn't responded to 75% of it, right? She just let it go, looked the other way, kept on playing, kept her nose to the grindstone.
Don't
and then
put
the rest
fuel
of the time,
on the fire.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Don't give them something that they're asking for. Most of these people are asking for acknowledgement, like an attention. She hadn't given it to them. But yeah, right, exactly. And then 25% of the time she's been careful about what she said, but she's been, I don't know. I mean, I think she's been very diplomatic. She's taken blame. She's given credit. She hasn't taken sides for the most part with these, two squadrons of fans that are really fighting each other through her. She hasn't taken sides.
They're both extreme. There's extreme fringes here.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Sure. Absolutely. And she has kind of stayed above that fray, and I'm sure that's difficult to do, but I think she's done it well, but I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I mean, until Alyssa Thomas gets involved and actually speaks, I mean, the fray is just fans shooting at each other. You know, they're fans arguing and fighting, and, you know, people in the social media or the greater media, I guess, podcasters and that's really what it's about. And she's just kind of kept on playing basketball. My fear is that has been the basketball has been just totally overshadowed, and the basketball hasn't been great either. I mean, it's just not. It hasn't been great. I mean, these games get sloppy and ugly, and, you know, knocked off.
The fourth quarter turns into a series of flagrant foul replays. The officials are paralyzed at this point. Do we call everything? Do we call nothing? What do we do?
Yeah, how'd you like to be an official in that? Well, here we go. We've been talking too much about this already, and we said we wouldn't. We'll get drawn into it too.
That's right. We've talked too much when all we really should have done for Alyssa Thomas or anybody else is go to the Tao of the Lynx, Courtney Williams.
The internet is not a real place. So I think when you treat the internet like a real place, that's when you get everybody like, oh my God. But it's like, bro, you don't know these people in real life. Just press the block button, bro. Just press the block button and then move on. Like,
amen. Oh my God.
Thank you, Courtney Williams.
I feel like I've said that a million times. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Courtney Williams gets it. She's like, you don't know these people.
Yeah, take somebody in pink hair to show you reality sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that's great advice. Perfect. All right, high or low since our last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax for advice for all of your financial situations, financial needs, taxes, what's more. I'm going low today.
Ooh.
And I won't spend too long on this. I know you got good stuff here. Man, my back I got a real wonky back, and it's out this week. And I hate that because when your back hurts, your whole body hurts. Yes. You know, it's all connected to everything, but it doesn't look like you're injured. You know, if you got a broken arm, that sucker's in a cast, you got it in a sling, you know, you get some sympathy. Right. I mean, people can be like, oh man, I bet that guy's hurting. Your back is out. You look the same. It's like having a headache.
Yeah. You might not walk the same, but you you look the same when you're standing at the anchor desk.
You might walk like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I mean, you look the same, but you're just hurting. And I can't, there's just nothing, it's like right in the middle. I can't put an ice pack on it.
Yeah.
I need one of those like strap on ice packs. I need a strap on. Like just to tie it up. Yeah. Like against your chest, against your back. I need one of those, but I can't quite. I tried to go to Farrell's today and push through it, stretch through it, work out, get through it. I just made it worse. I
fought through years of that and finally had to have the lower back surgery, but that comes with its own problems too.
But yeah. See, Evan's saying heating pad. Somebody else say, no, ice pack. It goes back and forth.
First 24 hours, you alternate, and then you're...
Well, it's way past that.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know what you do after that. All right, I'm done. Tell me
I'm going low, although there are some high elements to it, but I'm going to go low. So Jenny and I are rerouted to LaGuardia Airport on our travel home from North Carolina, and we're in the air, and we're on Delta, so we have Wi-Fi. So we get a panicked text message from our 22-year-old son, Colin. And, you know, we live in a 3-story townhouse, and the top is a big rooftop. We love it up there. Well, yesterday, at the time we get this call, the heat index is more than 100 in Des Moines. I mean, it's scorching hot. But Colin goes up to the rooftop, and he opens the sliding glass door, and the little wood thing that we use to double lock the door, it falls down. So now Colin is locked on the rooftop. Fortunately, he has his phone because he's texting us and he's calling us. So we give him a couple of ideas. And it's then that Colin reveals to us that he went up to the rooftop to water the plants on this scorching hot day in his underwear. So he's on the rooftop in his underwear watering the plants and finds out that he can't get back in.
Yeah, I would do that.
In your underwear?
Sure.
You can,
just
you
walk
can
outside.
see from any direction our rooftop. It's not hidden.
Well, it's way up there. I mean,
it's way up there, but there are other rooftops. They can just look over. And I said, well,
enjoy the view.
Why would you be up there in your underwear? He's like, oh, why wouldn't I be?
He's taking care of your plants.
But put some shorts on, man. Come on. All right, so
he's probably not in a banana hammock, is he? He's probably wearing some kind of boxer briefs.
They're boxer briefs, not a banana hammock. So I'm immediately worried about his health. I go into paternal mode here. Like, it's more than 100 degrees. The sun is blazing. Jenny's like, look, there's a refrigerator up there, has water in it. We have a working hose. There's shade.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine. Now we just got to figure out how to get him down.
Well, his brother lives nearby, doesn't he?
She puts out the neighborhood blast of, is there anybody that is home? And she explains it, with a laughing face. Yeah. And we hear from our neighbor, Tim, who's two over from us. And he sends back a laughing thing like, not the first time this has happened. So we tell Colin, like, Tim's home. He says to slide open the door and just come in. And then go down and come back around, use the garage door opener to get back in the house. So Colin says, I don't want to go over there in my underwear. So Jenny tells him where he can find a blanket or a towel up on the rooftop. So he puts that on, climbs, we're 3 stories in the air, climbs over 2 fences to get over to this guy's sliding glass door, pushes it open, comes down, and hey, aren't you glad we have a Ring camera so you can see the end of this when he has to come back into the house?
I thought maybe this was going to
do
this. Very nice.
Yeah,
I look good.
It's like he's wearing a sarong. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Then he figures out, oh, that's right, I don't have a key. So I just go all the way around and use the garage door to get back in.
That's funny. Yeah,
that's pretty good video on that Ring
really
camera.
Good.
Hey, AD, if you could one more time, Andy, I don't think I'm exaggerating. The Ring camera shoots better video than we used to shoot at the TV station 15 years ago with our professional cameras.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's even into the sun and it's still clear. Yeah, it's backlit. It still looks good.
The best is he stops to admire his reflection in the.
Yeah, I look good.
Door.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. I look pretty good. Oh, Colin, he's completely forgotten he's on camera. That's just awesome. All right, back with a second bad look, more, and Mr. Movie plus movie fireworks on Murph and Andy.
Iowa Fireworks Farm is Iowa's largest fireworks store. 6,000 square feet of hand-picked fireworks, over 50 brands and 1,300 different products to choose from. But they're also family-owned and operated. Iowa Fireworks Farm is the one stop you need to make before July 4th. You'll find them just south of the metro. Take I-35 to exit 43 at New Virginia. Head east and look for the Big Red Barn. At Iowa Fireworks Farm, the toughest part will be deciding what not to buy.
Grammy-nominated country artist Tyler Childers presents Snipe Hunt, performing at KC Center July 15th with special guest Wednesday. Get tickets now at highvtix.com.
Nostalgia THC fruit seltzers in quirky flavors like orange dreamsicle, caramel apple, and grape soda. Refreshing taste, cosmic vibes for your mind. Pick your groove.
Do you think Tyler Childers explains that grammar during his show, thinking about the way you is? We hear that line.
That's how they talk.
I don't know.
No, probably not.
Seems intentional. Maybe someone knows more. We've heard that line 30 times at this point. All right, worth a second look here, and it's an unfortunate one. NFL reporter Diana Rossini. Have you seen this body cam footage, Andy?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay, so she's pulled over in January by an officer for texting and driving. And Rossini starts name dropping her way or attempted to get out of this ticket. And it's both stunning and a really bad look.
So you're not going to care. I'm an NFL reporter, and I just wrote that Sean McDermott got fired from the Bills, and that is what I was just sending to send a tweet. I was going to pull over because I have to make calls.
Okay.
I know you don't care, but I'm just letting you know my reason why.
Okay.
It was a work thing, and it was an emergency for what I did. Like, I'm shocked that they fired me. I cannot believe it. You know who was on the phone with?
Who?
Brian Gable. He's the boss of the job.
Oh, okay.
Are you a fan of Giants or Jets?
I'm not a fan of either. So.
What is your team?
I'm a Vikings fan, unfortunately. Let's see it.
Can you see the name?
Oh my God. KOC?
See what I said? Look what I said to him though just now. Go to the bottom.
Oh my God. Wow. Pretty cool.
Dude, I love the Vikings though. Chaos is awesome.
Yeah. He seems like a good
Your
dude.
quarterback sucks though.
Yeah. So he's got to get it. He's got to fix it.
Whew, that's from the New York Post. And man, J.J. McCarthy catching a brutal stray there. Your quarterback sucks, though. But boy, that's just, and she did get out of the ticket. It's a bad look, though, man.
It's a really bad look, yeah. Oh, God. I hate to see that.
I know. And I kind of feel for the officer a little bit, too. He's certainly gotten a lot of attention, but he seems
well,
seems
for letting her
friendly.
off, it would have been better if he was like, yeah,
yeah, it's great,
still,
but
still
again,
going to give you a ticket. Yeah.
You still are being dangerous out here on the road. Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy, and Confluence is where good things come together, as they did for us last Friday when we did the live show out there on the patio. It was a beautiful day and plenty of room. A lot of space at Confluence. You got all this space outside and then inside, big tap room there too. This Friday, we are with the Cheers for Beers patio tour at the Soggy Frog. And that is on Sailorville Lake. By the way, Andy Collin is, they've assigned him the bartending while we're there.
Oh, good. We'll see him in action there. Yeah. It's a really, they've done such a good job with this place.
They have. It's a
completely new structure. I mean, they knocked
totally
down the old
different
one.
vibe.
Totally new. It's got two floors, both wide open, big decks to hang out and look at the boats and everything and just kind of enjoy the weather. And we were there. It was really crowded, and the service was still really good, and we got our food fast, and it was good. I was really happy with it. I think they're doing a great job there.
Yeah, it's cool to see
too.
The anchored, houseboats around that area, and they vie for the best position to see the live music.
Right.
Is
which they have cool. There. Yep, they do. Yeah, they've
So
totally turned that place around. It's really impressive.
Nicely done. Right now, let's get some more.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Check out Either Or these days. It's 6222 Grand Avenue, the edge of Des Moines and West Des Moines. Go inside, get yourself a beer. Try the Thai garlic shrimp. I had that the last time I was there. Fantastic. Part of the new summer menu there. There's a bunch of new items there. Governor Reynolds has signed Senate File 378 into law, and it goes into effect today, July 1st. Where no speed limit is posted.
Oh, this is July. Wow.
Yes, it is. The speed limit is now 60 miles an hour, up from 55 miles an hour. Okay? 60 miles an hour, where there's nothing posted. So you get 5 miles an hour. Now, the downside is the state has to change all the signs. Okay?
Probably not cheap.
No, $828,000 of taxpayer money to add 5 miles an hour to the signs, and probably everybody was already driving 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. I was just thinking, it was like, it's a shame that they couldn't change it like from 55 miles an hour to 66 miles an hour, because then they could just use like a Sharpie to change the 5s to 6s, and it would have been a lot cheaper.
So, like when AD would change his grades during high school.
Yeah.
Just hoping his dad didn't notice.
Just take a sticker or something and just doctor it up just a little bit. But I mean, changing 55 to 60, You got to make changes to both the numbers there.
It's probably more signs than most of us would think, too. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah, right. It would have been a whole lot easier to just bump it up another 10. A traveler at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, as they're waiting for a flight, just casually won $3.3 million playing a Wheel of Fortune slot machine in the Seagate yesterday. Waiting for their flight. Geez, I wonder what you do at that point. You go ahead and extend the stay?
Man,
book another vacation?
Well, you wait for the lady to show up with the tax forms first. But then, like this...
What if your flight is leaving, like, right then? Like you're in a hurry?
Not even Jenny plays the slot machines at the airport, because whether true or not, you just feel like these aren't favorable slots. Like, these got to be the worst odds there are. Nobody wins on these things. This is just to take your final bit of money before you go back home.
Yeah, they're not trying to get you to stay at the airport with good slots.
Yeah, right. Right. They just want to empty.
They're going to play them now, I'll tell you that. This story has gotten around. A mysterious vigilante in Mexico, nicknamed the Mexican Batman, has sparked a national debate by hunting down accused motorcycle thieves and taping them to lampposts. That's what he does.
Oh, wow. So a little Death Wish, Charles Bronson type action.
Yeah, this is Bronson type justice here. Between June 12th and the 19th, 5 people were left. Well, they were beaten first. The guy took a little something off them too, and then bound them to lampposts with heaps of duct tape with the Spanish word for rat written on their foreheads. The Jalisco prosecutor's office stressed that the taped men are for now considered victims, warned that taking justice into your own hands bypasses due process. It does, but I mean, if you like saw them doing that and you know they're guilty.
Yeah, and you know there are a lot of people that just feel like,
if I catch the person that did this,
you can't do that. But man, they kind of got what was coming to them.
Yeah, right.
And this probably will discourage others. So
right. I think they
kind of okay with it.
Maybe learned a lesson here. Yeah, you understand why there's a debate about it. Okay, here we go. Murph, thank you for sending this story here. It's interesting. A stomach churning parasite that causes explosive watery diarrhea has sickened over 140 people across multiple states, with the highest number of cases in New York. This is particularly disturbing due to the sheer force of the bowel explosions. Some of the victims claiming it actually shot out of their pants. Jesus. According to the CDC, 145 people ranging in age from 5 to 86 years from 20 states contracted the parasite Cyclosporus tertus milkshakis between May and June 16th, with 20 of them hospitalized. The bowel movements are often audible, emitting a faint scream or whistle, like a muffled bottle rocket or a distant woman screaming.
Really?
The victims have so far responded well to anti-parasitic medications, but not until they've sometimes lost several pounds in hot, loose, watery, foul-smelling excreta. God, that's a vivid story.
That is, we're all familiar with the term explosive diarrhea. Shooting out of the pants really brings that home.
Yeah, right. I mean, they give it a kind of a second round of description there. Let's take a fireworks break. It's 4th of July week after all. Let's take a fireworks break and ask, is there a point when the firework is too big?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to go with yes.
How's there not a hole in the road after that? You go down a rabbit hole with this stuff on Instagram right now. There are crazy fireworks out there.
Don't forget fireworks, real or made up. Friday. You're kind of a savant with that. You got to contact Wade down at the Iowa Fireworks Farm and ask him for the most outrageous names he's got, not just moose knuckle.
Yeah, well, I was down there with him. I saw some of these things in person.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the list going. It's cooking. It's cooking. The United States takes on Bosnia Herzegovina tonight, And the Bosnians might actually be more excited about this than we are. Many Bosnians in the Des Moines area, particularly in Urbandale. There are a lot in Urbandale, Andrew. I know that they're all around there. The soccer teams there. So if you have not heard this song yet, you will.
I'm from Bosnia, take me to America. I really want to see Statue of Liberty. I can no longer wait. Take me to United States. Take me to Golden Gate. I will assimilate.
That song's everywhere right now.
Catchy, yeah.
And they wrote it quite a while ago, and it mentions the Golden Gate.
I heard Statue of Liberty in there.
Playing in the Bay Area. It's and they're feeling like it's kind of their good luck charm right now. And I've been told that they're playing it all around Des Moines right now, and you're gonna hear it. So most of the Bosnians in America, and these are my former neighbors. That's Ebro and Azra, or Azra is our former neighbor, and her parents. I was at their wedding. Now their kids are growing up really, really fast. Loving this stuff. Huge soccer fans. This is them. I believe this must be down in Miami, where they all went to the game down there. Most of the Bosnians in America came over during and after the Bosnian War, which ran 1992 to 1995. As the conflict escalated and the widespread ethnic cleansing and genocide, especially the Srebrenica massacre, I hope I pronounced that right, hundreds of thousands of Bosnians fled to the United States under the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program. The U.S. designated Bosnians as a Priority 2 group, allowing them direct access to resettlement. So between 1993 and 2001, about 11,000 Bosnians were resettled in St. Louis alone. Many of the Bosnian Americans here in Des Moines have relatives there in St. Louis. Over 140,000 in all were admitted nationwide during the 1990s. Proud Americans now, but also proud of where they came from. Gathering tonight at Tito's Lounge in Urbandale.
Yeah. That place will be hopping.
That's a Bosnian joint.
It is.
Yeah.
We like that place. It's just up the street from us.
Yeah, they got some good Bosnian food. They got all kinds of food there. But they will be playing that song there tonight, I'm told. I'm promised.
Well, you tell them they're going to be listening to the old Star Spangled Banner when we send them home.
Jeez.
Well, not home to, I mean the team home.
Well, they're Americans.
They're already home.
Yeah, they're Americans. Yeah, right. This day in 1945, Detroit's Hammer and Hank Greenberg, who spent the last 4+ years serving in the military in World War II, becomes the first major leaguer to return to baseball in his very first at-bat, home run. Wow. One of 331 in his career. He actually enlisted. I think Murph, you went with me to see the documentary on Hank.
We saw it
right?
at the Varsity. Yeah, Mike Mahon invited us to it. Great movie.
Fascinating story that he has there. One of the few, the first Jewish sports stars in America, and all he went through with that. He actually enlisted in 1940, before the United States even joined World War II, and the year after he had won the AL MVP, peak of his game. He had a health exam, and they told him he had flat feet, and he was recommended for light duty only. And he didn't like the sound of that, so he had them give him another exam. And this time, he didn't have flat feet, and he could serve like everybody else. That's what he wanted. He served, and then when he was done, he re-enlisted, stayed in the military until the war was finished, got out in the middle of June, did some training, and was right back with the major leagues, hitting a home run on this day in 1945. Let's take our final.
Remember Airplane?
Yeah,
I'd like something light to read.
Would you like
please?
some reading? Yeah. How about something light? I have this leaflet on famous Jewish sports legends.
It's like Sandy
Hank Greenberg.
Koufax.
Yeah, Sandy
Greenberg.
Koufax. Yeah, there's some big names there.
Take a nap.
Let's take our final break of the segment to ask, are we sure this firework was supposed to work like that?
man, that took off. That's like a rocket. That's like a missile.
Here's another view. Setting off car alarms.
Oh, yeah, you could easily set a house on fire, blow up a car. Looks like war zone.
It's huge.
Oh,
my gosh. Yeah, I guess they're out there. That's your more, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go to the movies.
It's time to go to the movies with Mr. Movie, Mike Woody.
Mr. Movie is brought to you by P&P Small Engines, East University Avenue in Des Moines, representing the top brands in lawn care like Cub Cadet, Toro, and Steel, and backing them up with knowledge and service, plus a full selection of Green Mountain pellet grills and smokers.
As we come up on Independence Day, July 4th, which lands on a Saturday this year, and of course it's the big 250 movie featuring fireworks, and I'm going for the low-hanging fruit here because it's one of my favorite scenes in a movie, and it reminds me so much of my own childhood where you were just looking for a way to continue playing sports in your neighborhood at night with proper lighting, whether it was finding a street lamp that worked, or we even had footballs used to put lights in so you could play. But this scene from Sandlot where they're excited all year long because they're going to be able to play baseball at night, play a night game because of the fireworks. And then my favorite rendition of America from Ray Charles.
There was only one night game a year. On the 4th of July, the whole sky would brighten up with fireworks, giving us just enough light for a game.
And Benny Rodriguez hits that towering home run into the fireworks, and they're just all sitting there, mouths agape, just watching it. And it's I love that scene, and I love
that would have been a really long, really, really bright fireworks display.
Yeah, but we may see some of those this year. You might be able to get in a quick 6-inning baseball game. Some of these are going to go about 45 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got, let's see, mine is, I've always wondered about this. I'm glad Andrew suggested this topic. So Return of the Jedi, love the movie. They take down the Empire. Big deal. Everybody's very excited. Then they cap off the whole thing with a fireworks display, which, I mean, you got laser blasters, you got Death Star explosions, you got all kinds of crazy looking creatures all over. Are fireworks still impressive to the people in Star Wars? Are they still,
maybe?
Is that still enough for them?
Are we sure they're fireworks?
Them
There's
on?
any chance it's not just exploding stars or planets that collided?
Yeah, I mean there's fireworks, and they're all over
watching.
the place too.
I mean,
they're loving it. Yeah, Princess Leia's got her hair down. I mean, they're loving it.
Han is smiling. Look how big he's smiling. That might be his biggest smile in the whole 3-movie arc.
I mean, they got like the laser blaster pistol that Han's wearing on his hip right there. Fire that thing. That's way more interesting than a firework, right?
I feel like Luke Skywalker is still looking at her a little too lustily.
Yeah, he's checking her out.
I mean, that's his sister, right?
You got Billy D. Williams back there. He's looking to see if anybody's bringing him a Colt 45.
Yeah, he got a Colt 45.
Send one of them little Ewoks over there to the refrigerator and see what's inside. See if you got
gotta be a Colt 45
for me in there.
Or 2.
Yeah, well, they got the fireworks out there.
All right, AD, what do you have?
When the TV show Jackass hit MTV, it hit like a firework, right? It was
It's still going. There's one in theaters right now.
Absolutely. When the first movie came out in 2002, it was like, oh my God, this is going to take everything up a level, and it absolutely did. It lived up to it. That movie is still hilarious. It also took up a level Bam Margera torturing his parents, which he did often in Jackass, including this scene from the movie where he lit off firecrackers in his parents' bedroom in the middle of the night.
How did no one have a heart attack? I mean, can you imagine waking up to that? And we've woken up to some stuff here.
His dad is like trying to protect his mom. Yeah. Then he gets out of bed and he's real hairy.
And he had like a big meeting the next morning. Like he had to get up early. And then when he actually gets up and gets into his car, they did it inside his car again.
Oh my gosh. It's a great choice.
Poor dad.
Opposite. We have three really distinct choices here. Right now, let's get some movie reviews and the fireworks choice of Mr. Movie Mike Woody.
All right, I like the out-of-the-box topic, okay? Fireworks in a movie, and there's been a ton of movies with fireworks, so I've decided not to give you a movie with fireworks in it. But I'm going to give you a movie called The Natural, which has better than fireworks. It has a home run ball to win the game, to close the movie, and it explodes... It explodes the lights in the stadium. I mean, it looks like fireworks. It looks better than fireworks. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use those as my fireworks for the week because it was such a great scene, and I just love that movie. So anyway, we've got this movie called Supergirl, and it opens with this hungover woman in a trailer, all but passed out. She's got a dog barking, wanting to go out and do his business, and she has obviously had way too much to drink the night, or maybe the night and the day before. So what a crazy way to open a superhero film. I mean, of all things. The combination of humor and action in this movie was near perfect. So my expectations going into this movie were low, but I really enjoyed this movie. The action is fun. Superman does make an appearance in the film, so it really turns into one of the better superheroes movies that I've seen in a long time. I give it a B on the grade. Hey, I came home with a B. My parents were having a party. Lucky Strike is a small film that delivers a very large punch. Scott Eastwood, Clint's son, gives a great performance as a man wandering the Belgium forest in the waning days of World War II. It's like a series of episodes as he wanders the country trying to stay alive. There's a really nice twist at the end of the movie, which of course I'm not going to give you. This movie is also well worth finding and seeing. It's a solid B. I'm on the record as being a fan of these crazy little minion people. I don't know what it is about them that I just find very entertaining. And this movie, Minions and Monsters, tells us the history of Hollywood. And I didn't know that the Minions were involved with all of these silent movies and all of the rest of the stuff. Hollywood wouldn't even exist if not for the Minions, according to this movie. It's really, really well done, and I laughed like an idiot. So, grade on this one is a B+.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Movie. I hope we got that cat under control. At first, I was trying to figure out here, we don't have a cat. I was like, I feel like I get gonna hear a cat there. Yeah, The Natural's a good choice. That does, I mean, it's a little heightened and over the top that there would be that many sparks, but that's just
those old electrical systems, though, they were crazy.
Lucky Strike looks like something I'd enjoy. And boy, he is it Scott Eastwood? Man, he's looks a lot like his dad in the younger years. All right, thank you, Mr. Movie. Enjoy the movies, and time for the is it time for Throwdowns? Time for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns, backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
It is time for Throwdowns. Heartland Tire and Auto, authorized dealer of both Firestone and Bridgestone tires. Andy, we'll start with you. In 8 seasons with the Lakers, LeBron James led the team to the playoffs 6 times, including 2 trips to the Western Conference Finals and 1 championship in 2020. He was All-NBA 7 times and averaged 26 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds per game. Was LeBron's time in LA a success?
Yeah, I mean, it was a success. It wasn't... it wasn't a resounding success. I mean, he produced a championship. He had good teams going deep in the playoffs. He played well. The problem is it's compared to the rest of his career, and it's compared to other Lakers greats, which is like the toughest comparison in basketball. So, I mean, was it an A+? No, but it was worth it for the Lakers.
I agree that it was a success. He's in the twilight of his career, so I think to expect more. I mean, he's playing in his early 40s as well as anyone has ever played basketball. He's not the best player. He won't be the best player on whatever team he joins, but he's still a top 20 player or top 25 player. He's really good. They won the championship. Gets a little diminished because it was the bubble championship.
But the other teams are trying to win too.
Yeah, they were trying to win too, but I mean, just the fans didn't get to enjoy it as much, so it doesn't resonate with them as much. And then I think the biggest thing is, and LeBron's not going to be able to get away from this, he would like to be beloved in the way that Laker fans revere and love Kobe Bryant, or the way Bulls fans love and revere Michael Jordan, but he's moved around too much for that to happen. It's not going to happen. So he's not thought of like Kobe is, or probably even like Shaq is by Laker fans. And I don't see that changing.
All right, Murph, check out this post from Midwest versus the Rest. Do you agree that 95 and humid is better than 10 degrees and a wind chill?
I do. I feel like you can be hot and uncomfortable, and it doesn't feel as desperate to me as when you're so cold and you don't feel like you can get to a place where you're not miserable.
At this point of the year, I will agree with that. If this is September and we're still dealing with this crap, I will reconsider. Because you're so sick of it at that point that you're ready to give me any alternative, including something that's extreme. But yeah, I mean, you can still get outside and, do stuff. It's not pleasant, but you can go drink a big old beer. Got to have a koozie. Yeah. That beer's gone quick. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I definitely will still take the heat.
All right, that's Throwdowns.
And we have more Andrew Downs coming up because it's time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day, and we call it the AD Squared.
Yeah, it's powered by Game Day Men's Health, Ankeny, West Des Moines, North Liberty, wherever you are. Game Day near you, a free consultation. Just stop on into your local Game Day.
Is there a dog barking now?
Yes, somebody's knocking at the door right now. The neighbor kid not knocking at the door, and Eddie is not answering it. So
this is why the Downs family doesn't have pets. We don't have cats meowing. We don't have dogs going nuts.
It's like we're doing the show from the ARL
dogs,
today.
Cats and dogs.
Guys, the Iowa Nice Guy made a triumphant return to college football banter here on Iowa Everywhere last year, and it was a lot of fun. Iowa doesn't have a team in the World Cup, but America does.
For as long as the United States remains alive in the World Cup, I am no longer just the Iowa Nice Guy. I'm America's loudest ally and every other country's worst nightmare. For now, call me the America Nice Guy. Cue the tie change. Nothing has brought America together like this World Cup since Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby got the entire college football internet to agree on something. Now the United States men's national team turns its attention to Bosnia and Herzegovina, which does seem a little unfair because at first glance it appears 2 countries got to combine and put one team together. Bosnia and Herzegovina? Excuse me? That feels like cheating, like something the Michigan Wolverines would try. But no, technically Bosnia and Herzegovina is not 2 countries. It is one country with an ampersand in the middle. America is playing a country with 2 names, 3 presidents, and one very real chance to ruin our summer. The mission is simple. Beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. Advance to the next round. Keep the dream alive. Keep the flag waving. Keep the rest of the world deeply uncomfortable with how confident we as America are becoming.
IOEverywhere.com if you want to watch the entire thing. I did. I actually learned a couple of things. It did not remind me of Scott School.
No, yeah, he talks about some of the other matchups and other teams as well. I think it's like a 12.5-minute video. So, yeah, check that out.
Yeah, it's just when Scott comes on and you learn something, it kind of surprises you. And he has a segment called Scott School. And no, that is ironic. Yeah. Quickie poll results from WCI Pools and Spas.
Will Team USA still be playing in the World Cup after tonight? 84% say yes, 16% say no.
84% going to be feeling pretty good tomorrow. Speakpipe.com/Murph_Andy. Reminder, you still have a couple days to leave a message. It's really is easy, and the quality, as you've heard, is really high. And then AD does wonders with photos to make it fun. And we'll be out at the Soggy Frog Friday. You can join us there. It'll be a hot day. It'll be a perfect place to be on the lake out at Saylorville. Come out there if you get a chance. We'll be live at 1 p.m. Two guys. Thursday morning, I think it's pre-recorded because they're on vacation this week. Then Overthinking Thursday at noon. We'll see you again Friday at 1. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there in the heat. We appreciate you joining us and hope to have you join us Friday or come on out to the Soggy Frog.